Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Nigel MrSchroeter, and today we are here to talk about why you should not ever co-sign on a loan. I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you, give you some tips and tricks and things that you can do alternatively to co-signing, as well as make sure that you are completely comfortable in the process of how you go about not co-signing and actually helping someone in the future and not feeling so bad about it and holding yourself down. So let's go ahead and look here. Reasons why you don't want to co-sign for someone. Reason number one is going to be that it's going to affect your debt to income ratio. It's going to give you a high debt to income ratio, which means that it's going to potentially get you denied for credit in the future because banks are going to see that you have a whole nother loan out there and all that extra debt, just as well as it could potentially affect your limits that you get in the future because banks are going to want to mitigate their risks. So because they want to keep their risk levels down, they're going to in turn give you lower limits rather than giving you higher limits when you're showing a lot of debt. Now, the next thing is your liability. Reason number two. You have to understand that whenever you are actually co-signing for something, you are liable. So any missed payments that are on a co-sign loan can and will be reported to your credit as well as to their credit. So now any of their poor credit habits are going to be displayed on your report. You're going to actually be held accountable for them, and you're going to be liable for anything that that person does incorrectly with the loan. Granted, it may not even be that, this person is irresponsible. It could be like we have the pandemic or something else going on. They lose their job, whatever, but that is going to ultimately at the end of the day fall back on you. Now, reason number three, responsibility. You are legally responsible to pay that loan. So if payments are missed, you're responsible for it. If anything happens with whatever you're financing, typically speaking with cars, you're going to be responsible for that. So they crash the car. If there's not gap insurance or there's not enough insurance, you're still responsible. You're still liable for that. So you have to remember that you are going to be responsible for whatever goes on in this situation. Now, reason number four, broken relationships. And I mean this in both ways. One, finance is the number one cause of divorce right now. So there are a lot of people who are getting divorced because of situations related to finances, just as well as there are instances where relationships are being broken off due to other situations and finances coming into place. If you're on this person's car, you're still going to be responsible and liable for it. Therefore, you're still going to have that extra interaction, or like I said, the car could potentially end up being the cause of that. Now, reason number five, which is you have to just be conscious and think. There's a reason that the bank is not lending to this person. Banks want to give you cars and homes and all these other things that are going to accrue interest that they're going to make money off of. So why would a bank not be lending to this person? You have to think about that, and once you think about that, it's really going to help you to realize that there's a reason they're not lending to them. What is that reason? Now, it's your job to figure that reason out, and once you figure that out, you're going to go, oh wow, okay, the bank's not lending to them. There's got to be something that is going on. What is it that's going on? And that's going to really help you with thinking about co-signing. When you think about it from a logical perspective, it's just not logical. So now you may say, okay, now I understand how I could potentially be doing someone a disservice because my cosign, my income could be taken into account, as well as my credit could be taken into account. And maybe this person can't afford this item. Maybe they're not responsible enough to keep up with it, whatever. And I could be doing them a disservice. I could be causing them further problems with their credit, further financial issues. There's just so many more factors, and I could be attributing to those. So now you say, what can I do to be productive in that situation? Here are some alternatives to look at. You can help them with building or repairing their credit, potentially pointing them in the right directions to the right people. Telling them to come watch a video over here on this channel. Tell them to hit that like button, subscribe, become a part of the family. You could also help them out with, identifying primaries that they could use. Check out some of the free primary videos on the channel, as well as other places. You may help them with getting into secured credit products, teach them about some of the tricks that we have on this channel that are going to teach you ways to build your credit for little to nothing. You could use all those different things to help them build or repair their credit so that they can get approved. You can, if this person is trusted, add them as an AU on your accounts, which is an authorized user. Even certain banks allow you to add someone as an authorized user and then give them a zero limit that they're allowed to spend. So like with Navy Federal, set them up an account, an authorized user card, put a zero limit on it. They can't spend off of it. It's not going to affect you financially. Win-win. Another thing you can do is check out alternative financing. So what is alternative financing? Alternative financing is any other way like seller financing or like a buy here, pay here, where they can get financed and they don't have to go through the bank. And then finally, you can help them find a cash car or a cheaper vehicle that they can just purchase outright and not have to worry about any financing at all. And a lot of the times that is the best route to go and the best solution. So with that being said, as always, thank you guys for watching the videos and for tuning into the channel. If you found value in this video, please make sure that you do hit that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. Let me know what videos you guys want to see in the future, what type of information you want to hear in the future, as well as if there's anything that we can do to help you along your journey of repairing your credit, building your business, or your investment portfolio. With that being said, thank you guys. And as always, we'll see you guys